going to use the Sci-Voice Talking LabQuest 2 to check out the temperatures of aquarium tanks here in the lab. So the LabQuest can give a continual readout of the temperature in either Fahrenheit or Celsius. We're going to use Celsius today, and we have 3 tanks here, and they're at different temperatures because the organisms that live in them need different temperatures to live. So we're going to check out the first tank, and what I'm going to do is start a data collection so we can have the temperature readout throughout all of these tanks and we can compare the temperatures. So first I'm going to turn on the volume so it's a little bit louder. I'm going to hit F2. It's saying louder, louder. Okay, so it's at the maximum now. Perfect. And so we're going to get the air temperature just to see. 22.0, I think it said. 22.0 looks like is the room temperature. Oh, now it's 21.9. So probably still around there though. Okay, so 21.9 or 22.0. We're going to start the collection, and I'm going to hit F3. That's going to start collecting our data. Okay, let's go check out the first tank.
21.6. 23.9.
It's definitely warm.
26.2.
Oh, 26.2.
26.8. 27.0. 27.1. 27.1. 27.2.
This is definitely warm.
27.2.
27.2.
27.2.
Okay, so that one was at 27.2, and we're gonna go check out the second tank here, and I'm gonna wipe off the probe just so that we don't have any transfer of the waters. It might go back down to the room temperature around 22.
22.1.
Okay, 22.1, that's about regular room temperature again. Let's go check out the third tank.
21.8. 21.7. 21.6. 20.2.
I'm also using my fingers to feel where the water is, so I know how deep the temperature probe is.
90.6.
90.6? Oh, 19.6. And you can also turn down the speed to be talking slower or faster if it's hard to distinguish what the numbers are. 19.6, wow, that's a lot colder.
90.6.
Great. And there's also a turtle in this tank, which is kind of cool. Okay, we're going to go check the third tank.
17.9.
17.9, so it's definitely going back up to room temperature again.
60.9. 60.8.
Okay.
60.8. 60.9.
Okay, and we're going to try and find the third tank. It's a little bit smaller, and there is a cover, but there's a small sliver open where we can stick the temperature probe into the water.
17.2. 17.3.
Okay, so it's definitely going back up to 22.
17.4. 17.4.
So
17.5.
we're just going to start it in the tank. We won't wait till it gets to 22. It's okay.
20.6.
Let's see if it's hotter or colder.
26.7.
Whoa, 26.7?
28.2.
Whoa, 28. This is definitely going up there. This is like the first tank.
28.7. 29.0. 29.1.
Wow, 29.1. This is
29.2.
fairly hot.
29.2.
29.2.
29.1. 29.2.
Okay, so 29.2 sounds like what the final temperature is.
Connection ended.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
29.2.
Okay, and also notice it's still reading out the temperature even though collection ended. So you really would, if you wanted, you don't have to hit collect. That's just if you want to hear like a graph at the end or check out your data. But it is going to continue to read a temperature readout if you just wanted to get one temperature.
24.4.
Okay, so I'm curious what the line graph would sound like for all of those data points we took. I think it's going to be like showing different temperatures. So if the graph will be a higher tone if it's hot and a lower tone if it's cold. So I'm gonna guess that when we go to the first tank, it's gonna play a higher pitch, just because since we started at room temperature and went to the warmer tank. And then the pitch is gonna go low when it goes back to room temperature. And then when we go to the cold tank, the pitch is gonna go really low. Then it's gonna go up a bit for room temperature, or it's around like the 17 or 16 degrees. And then it's gonna go really high when it goes to the hot tank at the end. So let's see if that was right. We'll find out. I'm gonna hit F12 to go to the graph page. Here we are. And now I'm going to hit F10 to go to the different file menus, and we're going to listen for the one that says sonifying. Click that.
Menu, file, menu item new.
Okay.
Menu, map, menu item, menu, sonify.
Great, there's sonify.
Sonification, menu item temperature, run 1.
Yep, that's what we want.
Push button, run selector.
Whoa! The end is so funny. Okay, let's hear that again. It's like crazy at the end. Okay. The keyboard's also laid out in 4, so it's really easy to find the keys. I can find 1, 2, 3, 4 for F4, and then all up to F8, and then F12 will be the rightmost key. So we're gonna go to F10. Let's press F11 to see what the graph looks like when high contrast mode is turned off. So now, instead of a black background for the graph, we're going to have a white background. Let's check out the graph again.
Menu, file, menu item new. Menu, graph, menu, sonify.
There's sonify, and I'm going to hit enter.
Menu item temperature, run 1.
Yep, okay, so I'll narrate them to figure out like what each point means.
Push button.
So this is like, that was room temperature, the hot tank, room temperature, and then this is definitely like the cold one, and then the hot tank. So that was kind of cool, and we could always check out the minimums and maximums and find out what the exact temperature was for each of those. We could also maybe just remember or write down each tank using a braille display or a brailler or a slate and stylus to remember what our data points were. Or we could also just go through the data graphs on the chart to check it out and remember our data. So that's great. I'm glad we were able to check this out and check what our temperatures are.